Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legends, episode 20 here at Curzon Ashton. My name is Craig and it's been a while since the last episode. I've taken over a week off just to sort out a few things and just sort of get my head straight a little bit. Effectively a mini holiday. But we're back now and it seems a few things have been happening since the last time that we were with you here at Curzon Ashton, including clubs starting to headhunt me for potential jobs. So, I've mentioned that one or two clubs have been linking my name with the vacant managerial positions that they've got at their clubs. So, just before we get into today's games against Walsall and Barrow, both away from home in League 2, let's just quickly show you which club that I am referring to for the potential job. Not Stevenage, Scunthorpe approached me about taking over the managerial role that they've got vacant. Now, unfortunately, Scunthorpe are in the National League. I didn't say which league that the clubs were who were linking me with their job, but it's nice to know that some of the work that I'm doing is starting to be recognised here at Curzon Ashton. Morecambe were also linking me with the vacant job as well. In fact, are they in League 2, Morecambe? Yeah, they are. They're bottom of League 2 at the moment, having lost the last 5 games. Now, the reason I've obviously turned these down, or certainly the Scunthorpe job interview, they're sideways moves, or more to the point with Scunthorpe, it's a backward step. I don't really want to be going back to the National League, especially after, as you can see from the league table, the start to life we had made in the Football League. I think the last episode we showed Cambridge and Stevenage, that wonderful 5-0 win away at Stevenage. Since then, form has been largely good. It was a bit of a blip with Salford, Cheltenham and Carlisle. That's because I switched to the 4-2-4. I thought, you know what, let's try and get Jack McKay into the side. And that actually worked because he scored twice in a 3-0 win against Accrington using the 4-2-4. But then we just got hopelessly outclassed by Salford and Cheltenham. We just left so much space in the midfield. There was no support for the likes of Adebiyi and Dugmore. So we've gone back to the 4-2-3-1 and thankfully the form turned around. And that's where the 2-2 draw against Carlisle came from. We switched to 4-2-3-1 about halfway through the game and that's why we rescued a draw. But since then, largely stuck with the 4-2-3-1. We look thankfully a little more solid and here's hoping that continues today. So, this is going to be a bit of a... what's the word that I'm looking for? Refreshed squads. Rotated, that's it. Because this is a midweek game, we just played on the Saturday, and a lot of players are tired. This is the problem with having a small squad. Although we have added a couple players into the squads. In fact, before we get into it, did I actually bring anyone else in? Yes, I did. I brought in about 3 players. I don't know how I didn't go through this to start with. First up is Armani Little, a English 26-year-old central midfielder, 3-star. Current ability, he's not really going to improve, but we brought him in for 3.5k, the first amount of money I've spent on a player in this save. And he's had a decent start to life. He's someone who's going to play in that sort of Mazzala role when Adebiyi is not available. And takes the pressure off Scott Smith and Doug Moore as well. A little bit more strength and depth in that midfield area. He's been okay. He's a National League player, unlikely to improve, but if he's able to perform at this level, I am very, very happy. Charles Hagan, on loan from Sheffield Wednesday. Ignore the attributes going down. He hasn't played as much. He's more of a backup for Sam Durant. He's had a middling start to life. He hasn't really scored in the league or given an assist. He scored in the cup, that's about it. But other than that, he's someone who could be a League 2 player in the future. Whether he sticks around or not is to be determined, because I can imagine Sheffield Wednesday will probably come to me and say, oh, we're not happy he's not playing. He's a backup. And speaking of backups, Billy Cracknell, get his name right, Craig, get his name right. A 2-star current ability English 21-year-old right back. He can also play centre back. He's 6'1". He can also play left back if needed as well, but preferably he'll be on the right hand side. He is on loan from, where is he on loan from? Colchester. He's just been doing the rounds in the lower leagues, well, non-league especially. He has played though at League 2 level for Colchester, so that's good enough for me. Another player who's actually North-South standard with potential to be League 2. Again, you can see what we're going for. League 2 potential players. So those are the players that we have brought in. And also we have, as well as having Kenneth Olatunde in the main squad now, and he's actually scored a goal. His first goal for the club. He scored in the Papa John's Trophy, if I can remember what it's called. The first region that I've actually played and had score in my squad in this save. So happy for him. I literally just stood and applauded when he did that against Morecambe in the cup game. He could improve a lot, don't know to what level. But he's someone who is probably not going to come through the ranks of us. But it's nice just to get the youth players in when and where possible. The same with, where is he? There he is. David Mcleod, 16-year-old English centre-back / left-back as well. I didn't realise he could play left-back. He's a left-footer. Alright, I'll have to remember that. He's also come through the same class as Olatunde. He played in the cup game. He was very tired, so he didn't play that well, but he was someone who I could just bring in just to give some of the others a bit of a break because, again, small squad. So this is the squad that we're going to go with for today's match against Walsall, I think. Yeah, Walsall away from home. Vucevic in goal. Daly, Bracknell. Hang on, what? Oh, yeah. Godsmart Ford is tired. So is Collins. Right, this is going to be interesting. Bracknell and Younger in central defence, and the recently returned from injury Liam Coyle. You can tell by his lack of match sharpness at right back. Adebayi and Smith in central midfield. Wilson, Stevenson and Hagan across the attacking midfield and the wings. And Jack McKay up front. Let's have a look. I think Spazov is still injured. Yep, he should be back very shortly. Moteng is tired. Everyone on the bench is tired except for Dugmore, but I just want to rest him because he played at the weekend. So we're going to be seeing effectively two different squads more than likely for both these matches, and I don't know how well that's going to go. This is one of the few instances of a midweek game. Okay, that should work, I hope. This is one of those rare instances this season where it will be a midweek game and then a weekend game. So I decided, you know what, let's come back for these two games because it'll give us a chance just to have a look at pretty much the majority of this squad. And the majority of players are probably going to be playing in these two matches. It's a good idea as well to continue assessing the depth that we have in this squad. So as you could see as well on the squad screen when I was picking the tactics, good chance there for McKay. We've got a few trialists in who could come into the squad, assuming that they're good enough. There is Hagan, and he has just gone down under a heavy challenge. It is going to be a penalty. Who's stepping up for this? Is it McKay? Yes, it is. When he does play, you know what? No. Let me not say it yet. I should have just said it. When he plays, he normally scores, but did I jinx it just by thinking that? Probably. I absolutely did. That was absolutely terrible penalty taking. He is one of my most influential players, which is why he is playing still. Whether he goes beyond this season, and that's a third chance for McKay that has gone begging. Whether he continues to play for us beyond this season is going to be another matter. Oh my goodness, what was that? Deep free kick. I expected someone to try and get a head on that, but the keeper just came out way too early. Can we just have another look at this? Look at... Where is the keeper? I mean, fair enough, I'll take it. But what a freak goal that was. Let me just quickly sort this out. I was not expecting that. I've just lost my complete train of thought if I had one in these opening 11 minutes. Stevenson, he hasn't played that well since that Stevenage game. There is McKay, and I think... Was that the bar, or did the keeper actually save that? Either way, that's 4 chances that have gone begging in the opening 12 minutes for McKay. Not exactly the most prolific striker right now, is he? But Charles Hagan, that's only his second goal for the club. His first in the league for us. He's been a bit part player because Sam Duran has just dragged us kicking and screaming back into games when we needed him the most. He's essentially coming up clutch for us at the moment. It pays to have someone who is just going to drive the team forward, going up and down that right-hand side of the pitch. Obviously not playing today because he's tired, but we'll hopefully see him back for the weekend game against Barrow. Right, 1-0 at half-time. Happy with the number of shots. Keep it up for the second half. Let's just keep them as motivated as possible. I'm noticing a lot of stadiums in League 2, by the way, all have the same colour seats. I don't know if that's just a glitch in the game, but for some reason that appears to be the case. Carlisle have black seats as well. Walsall, black seats. Stevenage had red, which was a nice change of pace. Accrington, I think, also had black as well. So I don't know if just these stadiums are glitching in the game itself. Well done by Smith there. There is Hagan. He's got the pace on him. All my wingers actually have pace. And he's not playing today, but Butler Oyedeji is absolutely one of them who just blitzes League 2 defences. Again, we hope to see him in the game against Barrow. Speaking of players who we may or may not see against Barrow, depending on how bright Moteng is, so he's tired as well. Jack McKay finally scores. It's his 5th time of asking. Okay, he took a deflection, but it was probably heading in anyway. But that will do, hopefully, Jack McKay's confidence the world of good after that penalty miss. And, my goodness, was that a volley? That was, wow, I didn't see that coming, and I don't think Vucevic saw that coming either. I keep forgetting, I'm just looking at the number. Vucevic is wearing number 13. I don't know why he still has that shirt number. He had it last season, and I've tried to change it for this season, but it just won't let me. Number 1 has actually gone to Jordan Easton, who is the new goalkeeper signing, who has played a few games this season, and he's looked fairly solid. He's not played many in the league, and he hasn't kept a clean sheet yet, which is a bit of a worry. But when I've needed him the most, he's kind of come up clutch at times, including that penalty shootout win in the first round of the Carabao Cup against, who was that against? Grimsby, I think? Wilson! Huge, so close. Very good volley from Wilson. Again, another player who's not featured much this season. Manager at his parent club, who I can't remember, has come to me saying, why is he not playing on the right wing very often? I mean, he's not playing very often anyway. That's the problem. But that's because Butler Oyedeji, who's now coming to the side, and Sam Durant have been doing well on the wings, and long may that continue. If they're not playing because others are in good form, that's good news for us. And we're just getting a bit opened up here. Oh, just off the post there, that's getting a bit worrying now, and we might have to make a couple of changes. I think some of the players are starting to look a bit tired. The problem is everybody's looking tired. Dugmore is going to come on for Scott Smith as that ball-winning midfielder. Whoops. Let's have a look defensively as well. Luke Daly is on a yellow card. Godsmart Ford is still very tired. You know what? Brandon Horton is going to come on for Daly. I don't want Daly getting sent off. Just to try and shore up the defence a little bit. I mean, Jack McKay's had so many chances missed today. Would Brighton Moteng have put them away? Possibly. He would have probably put about 2 or 3 of them away. And let's just make the final change. It is going to be Godsmart Ford. I know he's tired. So is Billy Cracknell. Do you know what? Cracknell is going to come off. I know Younger is tired, but Cracknell is not a natural centre-back, to say the least. He is a right-back by trade. From what I've seen of him so far this season when he stepped in for Lati Fairweather. Again, he was brought in as a backup because Liam Coyle was actually injured for about 6-7 weeks. And my goodness, this game is just lagging a lot. Hang on, who's injured on the right-hand side? Is that Hagan who's injured? We've got no more subs, so unfortunately he's going to have to stay on for the last few minutes. And hopefully that's enough hope to seal 3 points away at Walsall. Yes, that was a rotated side as well. Who would I have actually started in a normal squad? Vucevic, yes, Godsmart Ford and Dugmore both came on. Stevenson would probably have started. Horton would have started. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much rotated. We tired towards the end, but I think that was to be expected. Small squad, 46 game season plus cups. I just want us to get to 50 points as soon as possible because that is effectively safety. And 26 points, we're over halfway. Let's go and play Barrow. Second game now against Barrow, and we're back to what is effectively our strongest side at this point. Vucevic in goal, Horton, Godsmuck, Ford, Collins and Latty Fairweather in defence, Little and Smith at the base in midfield. Doug Moore isn't playing this one. He got a gashed leg, so he's out for up to another week. Yeah, 3 to 6 days, so he'll be missing out, unfortunately, for a couple of games. Butler Oyedeji on the left wing, Iqbal attacking midfield, Sam Durant on the right wing, and Bright Omoteng up front. Basically, what's that, 10 changes? 9, actually, 9 changes, Smith and Vucevic being the only ones to stay in. It's not the sort of thing I want to do, but again, small squad, very, very tired. And I've just noticed in the scheduling before this game, we've got another midweek game after this. And that's not really what I wanted to see. I didn't want to see any more midweek games, at least for a while. So many games lower down the football pyramids, honestly. I know we say the Premier League only has 38 games a season, but the Football League, my goodness. 46 games plus Cup. It does take its toll on a squad, especially if it's very small. And it's not helped by the fact that in League 2 you can only have 22 registered players. Obviously, under 21s don't count towards that. But it's just a little bit draining for all the players. I think we're going to have to get some more under 21s in the squad. There's Oyedeji. There is that wonderful pace. It's not on full display there, but certainly later on in the game when some of the fullbacks for the other team start to tire a little bit. I mean, their right back, I'm assuming that's their right back, is tiring already. So hopefully Oyedeji can take advantage of that. I mean, the man has 16 acceleration. It's pretty much the reason why we brought him in. And he's only just come into the squad very, very recently because obviously he spent the first month of the season injured, unfortunately. So who's been playing out on the left? I think Stevenson. A mixture of Jack McKay, Stevenson and Adam Wilson have all been playing on the left-hand side. And I don't think Barrow have rotated at all from their midweek game because their players are dropping. Look at the energy levels. I mean, we're dropping a little bit, but it's still comparatively fresh compared to them. We've had 7 shots on target. Sorry, 7 shots. None of them are on target. At least start hitting the target more often. I kind of agree. Armani Little is very demotivated. I don't know why. I really don't know why. He's someone who can bomb forwards in that Mazzala role, and I want to see him do that a bit more often because he can actually finish. Let's just give him a shout. In fact, we will do that after this highlight. Iqbal, I want to see him playing balls through more often, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, however, Omoteng just take that forward a little bit more. Armani Little is now fired up by the feedback. That's very, very good. Very good. Let's see if we can get another highlight. Try and get a goal in the back of the net. Oyedeji, there is a good cross there. Omoteng couldn't finish it. Did that hit the post, or was he just unlucky there? I'm not so sure. Right, I think it is time for a change. Iqbal is very, very tired. Wow, he's dropped off massively. Stevenson is going to come on. Yeah, he'll come on in that role. And Adabiyi is going to come on for Armani Little, who's just unmotivated for whatever reason. I have no idea why. I was about to encourage. We'll wait for this free kick. And oh, did Adabiyi just go down? I think he did. It is a penalty. Good thing I didn't click encourage just then. Omoteng is going to step up. He is the man who takes the penalty kicks and he scores. He shows Jack McKay exactly how to do it. I'm not going to click encourage because when you go 1-0 up, that's not very good on your squads. Because they just look at you like, what are you on about? We're winning. Why are you encouraging us? Check yourself. So we'll just leave things as they are for the moment. I think Godsmuck Ford is a little bit tired, so is Latty Fairweather. In fact, Godsmuck Ford is very, very tired. We are going to bring Younger on, and we'll save the last substitution for probably the final 10 minutes. As we shall do that now. I'm looking at Latty Fairweather. Brandon Horton is also tired. In fact, he's more tired than Latty. So we shall do this. Oh, we made all the subs anyway. Whoops, whoopsies. Okay, never mind. We're just going to have to leave it as it is. We'll just lower the tempo a little bit. Don't want to destroy everybody. We will do a little bit of game management. I know a lot of people don't like this. They don't like doing that. They don't like fiddling sometimes. I do. I like to do a bit of game management, see the game through and try and pick up the 3 points. Just as we did there. 1-0 win. It wasn't the most enthralling of games. But what it did do was just allow us to see a lot of different players in those 2 games and just keep the squad relatively fresh. You can see Barrow didn't bother doing that. Hence, well, thankfully we were able to take advantage. I say that the goal came from a penalty, not even open play. But I'll take the 3 points on our way towards hitting that magical 50. 45 to 50 points again to survive. That is what we're looking for. And then we'll take the rest of the season from there. Sitting top of the pile as it stands. A point ahead of Salford, 5 ahead of Forest Green. Lovely start to the season. Right, we will come back in the next episode. If we make the FA Cup second round, because we start in the first round this time, then we'll bring it back for the second round, assuming we do make it. If not, it will be a league game somewhere in December. Probably towards the back end of December, around Christmas, before we get into January transfers, because we have transfer windows to deal with now. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss a single upload of Unemployed to Legend and any other tournament simulations or club guides that will be coming your way on the channel. I thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you're looking after yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.